In this video, I'll be working through the question you see on the screen here from the 2025 Leaving Cert Higher Level Maths Paper 2. I'm going to try and show you how to do this question and not just the solution. So definitely pause and rewatch certain parts of the video if you need to. If you're looking for a different question from this paper or a different paper entirely, you should be able to find a playlist in the description below or have a look around on my channel. Okay, let's get into the maths. Question 2, part A, should be free marks for most of you. You need to learn this, it comes up all the time. Equation of a circle and being able to read the centre of that circle and the radius from it. Our formula table will tell you this as well. It's a little hard to read, but should give you any hints if you forget. It's minus this number is the x value of the centre. So that's 4. The centre is 4 and minus this number. Minus 2. That's the centre of a circle when the equation is written out like this. And the radius is equal to the square root of this number over here. Go ahead and leave it as that. I guess you put it in a calculator and use a few decimal places, but they didn't ask for that, so I would just leave it as square root of 45. In part 2, they give us this point and ask us to find the equation of the tangent at this point on the circle. Let me just draw a circle. It doesn't have to be exact. We could do your best to draw it roughly correctly, but really any point on a circle, it's the same idea. And we should have done this question many times, so you should be used to this. We know the centre of the circle is, it's 4 and minus 2. We know this point over here is minus 2 and minus 5. What's the equation of this line? To get the equation of a line, we need two things. We need a point that's on it. We have that. We'll leave that there. And we need the slope. So really, this question boils down to what's the slope of this line? I don't know. I can't figure it out. But what I can figure out is the slope of this line. And that's perpendicular to it. So now the question becomes, what's the slope between these 2 points? We have a formula for the slope. It's, let me just use these here. It's let's see, minus 5 minus 2 divided by minus 2 minus 4. So the slope here is minus 5 plus 2, that's minus 3. And minus 6 equals 3 over 6, equals 1 over 2. That's the slope of this line here. Let's call it M1 equals a half. What's the slope of this guy here? M2. It's perpendicular to this one. So we know whatever this slope is, multiplied by a half is equal minus 1. Or the much more common way to say that is flip it upside down and change the sign. So the slope we're looking for, you don't have to have called it M2 obviously, is minus 2. That's the slope we're looking for. So do they ask how they want this equation looking? My favourite way. They want it looking like this. Y is equal to the slope, minus 2 in this case, times x plus the y-intercept plus some c. Just need to find what c is. How I like to do that is I know what x and y is at some point, this point. So I just put those numbers in. I put in minus 5 is equal minus 2 times minus 2 plus c. Now I can find c. This is a 4, comes over to be a minus 9 equals c. I now know what c is. So let's go back to the start and that's our answer. The answer is y is equal minus 2x minus 9. That's, I think, the answer to A part 2. If you are finding my videos useful and would like to help the channel out, on top of liking and subscribing, probably the best thing you could do is to tell other people doing the exam about my channel. Maybe you could share this video in a class WhatsApp group. Then if you feel I've really deserved it and you would like to buy me a coffee, you could become a member on YouTube or on Patreon. You should find links to that in the description below. In part B, they give us this equation of a circle. It's in the alternate form for equations of circle. I don't like those ones. And they tell us it has a tangent with a horizontal line, y is equal k. We'll try and draw some of this in a moment. First thing I like to do is just get the centre and the radius if you can. When it's in this format, the centre is not too bad. It's half of this number or minus half this number. And it's minus half this number, which is 23. The radius though is a mess. It's this number squared. No, not this number squared. It's this number squared plus this number squared. Take away this number, all the square roots. It's not going to be useful in this, so I won't even bother writing it down. What I will do is I'll try and draw it. We have a circle and we have a horizontal line. That's important, horizontal. And it's a tangent, so it could be across here or across here. Well, again, we don't have to draw both of them. Let the maths figure out the two different answers. We'll just use this one here. The equation of this line is y is equal k. The equation of this circle is this one here. They intercept. So there's a few ways to do this question. Yeah, let me spell out a few of them. You could have these two intercept, put these two together, and try and solve it from there. You'd get in a few different messes. You'd have to there's a leap you'd need to take, which I'll talk about in a moment. But you could do it, and it'd work out pretty much the same as the way we're going to do it. Another way I thought to do it was you get the center, in this case, minus 14 and 23. And let me draw a y-axis here. This number here is 23, and this number here is k, or maybe this is up here is k. Two different possible answers. And this radius is 23 minus k, or maybe it's k minus 23. I think it matters. I don't think it washes out. I think you'd have to do it both ways and figure out which is right. That's a radius, and you could have that equal the other messy radius we would have found. That's another way to do it. I think it works. I did half did it and it seemed to work. So I'll leave it there. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to figure out what this point is, because there's actually a lot of information about it, and this is the leap you have to take. You'd also have to take it if you had the two equations intercepting, this equation and this one. The leap you have to take here is you need to know something about this point. I know the x value because it's directly below this one. This x value is minus 14 and 23. This one's minus 14 and, well, k. I don't know what it is. It's here or it's up here. I don't care. I know the point. I know the equation. Let's just put it in. Put this point into that equation. We would get, let's see, minus 4, I'll go from my notes here. Minus 14 squared is 196. Plus, instead of y, we have k squared. Minus 14 times 28 is minus 392. Put k in, we get minus 46k. And we already had a k. Plus k equals 0. We have one equation, one unknown. They asked us to find k. Here's k. I think this is probably the most straightforward way to do this question. But it was a hard question. You had to find the leap that this number here was known. I guess, like I said, there was other ways with that radius difference. But that's the leap you have to take. And let's clean this up. We get k squared. We get minus 45k. And 196 minus that is, it's the same, it's 196 still, that's 2 times that, obviously, equals 0. We have a quadratic. You don't have to solve this in your head. Use the minus b formula if you want. Use completing the square. Although this does solve quite straightforward. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, yes, of course. 4 goes into this. You could just try some numbers. 4 goes into it 49 times, and 4 and 49 can get to 45 quite easy. So the factors of this is 4 and 49, and I would need a minus 49 to get up to there, and I need a plus 4, and minus and a plus does make a minus there. So our two answers here would be k is equal minus 4, or k is equal to 49. And that's the answers to part B. Okay, that's it for the question. If you have any follow-up comments or questions or mistakes I made, let me know in the comments. Do me a favour and put in the timestamp. Just it helps me figure out what you're asking. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.